Hello and welcome back. So we have understand this part. So what I do is, yeah, we confirm content is coming from um, app.js, right? Root level component. So first thing what I do is, first I will remove all the styles. So in app.css, I don't need any of these styles to be applicable. I delete everything. App.css completely empty. Now check, nothing is happening. Okay, because all animations has been removed. And also app.js, I remove all the header. I save it. And I don't need to import any logo. I remove it. I save it. Now check. It is completely empty. Don't worry, we'll do even better application than that. Okay. So it's completely empty. So here I write h2 welcome to app component. What I written? h2 tag welcome to app component. So if I write h2 tag welcome to app component, so this should display on the UI. See, welcome to app component. Okay. And one more thing is, how does this become bold text and some font has been applied? Thing is, this is app component specific CSS file, right? Even on top of that, there is one global style sheet. Generally, for every application, we have styles.css, right? Same like that for React.js also, we have one global style sheet. What is the main file of React.js? The application startup file is index.js, right? So beside that index.js, one more file is there, index.css. Yeah, remember this index.css is a global style sheet of React.js project. Okay, index.css is a global style sheet of React.js project. So if you go inside of index.css, see the font family, so, Roboto, Oxygen, Ubuntu, all the things are there, right? So when I remove them, I remove them. I remove the code font family also. This is given only margin 0. So I don't apply any font family. So what happens? It get the default font family Times New Roman font as per the browser. Got it? Okay. So remember this is the global style sheet and this is app.css only app component specific CSS file. Okay. So before we proceed with to create our own component, because as a React.js developer you should be able to create your own component and write your own styles and your own applications you have to develop. That's all, right? But before I proceed with our own component creation, you should know something about a component again. What is that is, in React.js we can develop the components because our job hardly to create a component. So how you create a component is, there are two ways we can create a component. What are the two ways is, first way, class based component. Second is functional functional based component. Function based component. You take like this, functional component or function based component. So two ways we can create a component: class based component, function component. What is class based? What is functional? You know the programmatic approach in JavaScript. You will write functions and you also write the object oriented programming, functional programming, object oriented programming, right? So functional programming contains full of functions and you'll be calling one another function internally. And object oriented programming contains what? Classes. So classes which contains methods, properties, constructor, all the things will come. Okay, so you can, and JavaScript is a, of course, object oriented, not, of course, not fully object oriented, but somehow classes are supported in JavaScript. So you can develop a component using a class based or functional. I can say class based is bit legacy and functional is something new. Okay, so class based is bit legacy and functional is bit new. This is coming from around some 16.0 version of React.js. Now, what is the current version? 17. As of now, we are recording this video today is 17. So from 16, functional and hooks has come, especially the hooks concept has come here. Okay, so this is bit legacy. Some older versions of JavaScript, React.js uses this, but as a practical, we will see both of these components. Okay, now when you can see this, what is app.js? App is one component, right? Can you guess what type of component it is? Do you see any class here? No. You see only function. It's a functional component. Simple, right? Yeah. So how you create a component is like this. Function app, the function name, and inside you have a return something. Okay, you have a function that returns something. As I said, every JSX file contains HTML and JavaScript code. See, function, return statement, all JavaScript code. This is what HTML. And one small confirmation I tell you, this is not exactly HTML. This is not exactly HTML. This is React.js own templating language. That's where JSX comes. Okay. React.js own templating language. This is 99% HTML. Just 1% differs. It is 99% HTML only, but 1% different is there. You should know what is that 1%. Generally, HTML means what is this? Class name. Generally, HTML, what you write, you just give a class, right? In HTML, you write just class, not class name. But React.js, inside JavaScript, you're writing, right? That is JSX, not a HTML, it is JSX code. So it is class name. Small change, instead of class, we have a class name. Okay. One more difference is, okay, first difference, instead of class, you will write class name. Okay, that is one difference. Second difference, generally tell me if you want to write an image tag, how you write? Image tag src is equal to something abc abc dot jpg, right? Image tag src is equal to abc dot jpg. That's how you write, right? But in JSX, remember every tag every tag must contains a close tag. That is strict rule. In HTML, no strict rule like that, but here we have to follow strictly. Every HTML tag must contain a close tag. Tell me, image tag have a close tag? Anything we have a tag like this? Do we have a tag like this? No. Sorry, image tag doesn't have a close tag, and even anchor tag doesn't have a close tag. Even input doesn't have a close tag. If these tags, because HTML some tags have a close tag, some tags doesn't have a close tag, right? So how you manage them? Simply use the self-closing. It means just give the slash. You feel, sir, what's the big difference if I don't give this? It doesn't make any difference in HTML. It makes a huge difference in React.js. Okay, React.js strictly follows this type of rules. Okay, if you want to confirm, see here. I write here image tag. Okay, src is equal to src is equal to something www.google.com slash something abc.jpg. That's fine. But see, you got a lot of errors and you see the UI failed to compile. Why? Syntax error. Unterminated JSX content. Unterminated. It means close tag was not given. Okay. So it matters. It matters in React.js. It not doesn't matter in a HTML because it's not pure HTML, right? So make sure you give a close tag. See, all errors has gone. Some image has come, of course, dumb image. Got it? Okay. And moreover, if you write some input tag, you must write a self closing. If you don't write, you get there. Okay, so better you have to do like this. Okay, and I told something wrong. Actually, anchor tag have a close tag, right? Yeah. So that's a differences, and one more difference is there. One more difference is there. I'll tell you. What is that is, see here, observe very closely because these rules you should know first. Okay, before you start playing a game, you should know the you know game rules. Okay, so this is one division with the class app. Some h2 is there, right? Same division I want to repeat. First of all, see, one division has come. Okay, I want to repeat the same division. I'll copy this. I'll paste. Observe very closely. I'll paste one more division. You got a lot of errors because initially you get these type of issues. Okay, you should know them. So I pasted. As soon as, see, nothing I have done. I just copied these through lines and these lines I pasted and I got a lot of errors and I save it. Failed to compile. So what is the fail to compile? You see, adjacent JSX element must be wrapped inside an enclosing tag. This is the adjacent JSX element. The side by side JSX elements must be wrapped in an enclosing tag. Do you want a JSX fragment like this? So what he's saying is, remember, whenever whenever you're writing any source code in the return statement, any tag you write, but at least one enclosing tag, the root level tag should be there. Okay, so it means he's saying that you write one div tag extra in that whatever you want to write. See, now happy. My two divisions have an extra enclosing tag. So happily it is working. Got it? So remember, at least one enclosing tag should be there for the whole component. But one problem arises is, sir, what tag can I give in? Can I give h2 tag? Can I give div tag? Unnecessarily, this div tag will be there in the DOM, right? For example, if I inspect elements, so body tag, div tag, root in the root. See, in this entire story, in the div id root, there is an extra div tag has been placed just to satisfy my component. Okay, so if you write this div tag, as of now no problem, but if you start writing the actual application, unnecessarily these div tags will lead to a lot of problems, because when you want to uh, point out the particular class name for styles, then this extra div tag will be a problem because we don't need it in the DOM. Extra div tag is not required, right? To avoid such type of things, React.js has given a solution for that. To avoid this extra div tag to be rendered on the DOM structure, you can keep some empty tag. It looks something weird, but you can write an enclosing empty tag. Now check root. There is no extra division enclosed. Only app and app is there. Extra division was gone. Got it? Okay. So you can write this multiple ways. You may write an empty tag like this, or else in React.js, import React from React. You can write like this empty tag, or you can say React dot fragment tag. You write React dot fragment. Okay, it represents the top level tag of your component, and then you write again. If I write fragment also, nothing has been placed in the DOM, empty, and directly your source code is there. Now DOM is happy, component is happy. So what I'm saying is, you may write empty tag, no change. You may write react.fragment, no problem. And some people also write like this. They will import fragment from React and directly they write only fragment. That is also acceptable. Then also no issue. Okay. So now we understand the rules of the basic rules of writing a component. So component can be, let me summarize. Component can be two types. One is class-based component, functional component. If you're writing a component using function, that is functional component. And if you're writing a component using a class structure, that is class-based component. We'll see the class-based later, okay? And this is not exactly HTML. It is React.js own templating language called JSX. A small difference is in place of class, you write a class name, and every tag must and should contain close tag. Okay, and one more thing is uh, for this entire HTML code, at least one enclosing tag must be there. Okay, otherwise you get a lot of issues. Okay, so that's fine. And now let's proceed with our own components creation. Okay, let's see.